Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. This morning I'm on, this is the Lifetime Lease Farm. This is Steve and Cindy's. And we're gonna be bringing the cows this way now. We didn't graze this all year. So this will be the first time this has been grazed. So we basically made rotations on 2/3 of our farm with the cow calf and the fall calving herd all combined. It kept that really nice and vegetative, super good animal performance. And now it's getting hot, and that's basically cool season grasses back there where we got the cow herd, and this is too. So we left off 1/3 of our farms. So we've got what we call Jacks, Marshalls, Cindy's, 40, Kevin's, and then this one. There's a bunch of ground in here, and but you know, the calves are all eating now. We've got 100 new calves in the herd. We've got a bigger herd, and of course we've combined everything into one. Got the breeding bulls are in there now, and so we have an opportunity here, and that opportunity is to lay a ton of carbon on the land. So we bring the cows in here. The young men and I have been talking about it, and we have the labor resources. We're going to do our best to move the cows about every hour or so on this. So we'll bring whoever's in charge that day, we'll bring their lunch, jug of water, and a chair, and find you a shade tree over here, and every hour you come out here and roll wire up. And we're not going to back fence. We'll just start at the water points. We've got several good pressurized water points on this farm. We'll start at the water points and work our way back away from the water. And a lot of these paddocks won't have shade in them. So, yeah, that's another deal. Look at that. Deer. Deer is laying right there, right next to the blacktop. Of course, he felt safe. But shade is an issue if you have black cattle. If you got red South Poles, they can take it. They can take the heat. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, 1, 2 o'clock afternoon, you'll come out here and the darn thing's out here in the sun eating. They are. They're out here in the sun eating. And your black cows will be stuck up there underneath them trees over there. That's because they're too hot. That black hide soaks up a lot more heat than a red hide does. So, yeah. That's what we're looking at here. There's the question I'm getting, people say, well, what are the cows gonna eat? Well, there's a lot of vegetative stuff coming up in here. There's this grease grass, which is down there. There's still some green clover. There's a little bit of lespedeza in here. There's this weed here is hen's bit. I'm not hen's bit. Beggar's lice. Some people call it. I've heard people call it wild soybean. It is a legume. And look at that. It's got the Japanese beetles on it. They think it's pretty good food too. Another reason not to have a monoculture, folks. You got a monoculture and Japanese beetles are attracted to you, they'll wipe you out. Yep. There's just a lot of diversity in here. There's bull nettle. Some people call this horse nettle. They're not gonna eat that, but they'll trample it. Of course, you got the mature fescue seed right here. They're going to trample that on the ground. Here's the Timothy, right here. Here's orchard grass, right down in there. Of course, you got ironweed, you've got milkweed. There's a little bit of everything in here. Bluegrass, there's some bluegrass. Folks, this is hard to walk through. So somebody just asked if we ever gave the farm a sabbatical. by the way, folks, I just want to commend you all. Such great questions. Keep them coming. I think that's awesome that you all have such good questions. Everybody learns. And I try and answer as many of them as I can. And yeah, that's what we're about. Here's a clump of big blue stem coming in right here. So with the sabbaticals, my gosh, there's another clump of it. When you give it a longer period of time, look at this. I see that clump wasn't there last year. There's another clump. When you start giving it longer rest periods, you'll see more of the warm seasons have a chance to come out here and express themselves. Boy, I know one thing, I'm stirring up some mosquitoes. It's wet. Folks, we got another 1 5/8 inches yesterday. So, today is the 10th of July. So, yeah. Oh, here's another one. You know, as I'm walking through here, folks, I'm seeing all kinds of different plants. And in nature, that's what it's all about. Look at that. That's all orchard grass. It's going to get hammered on the ground. Some of it's going to get eaten. Chicory. Here's a plant of chicory. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love chicory. It's a beautiful plant. It attracts pollinators. Case in point right there. There's a bee. Just took off. I love this field. This is the field, folks, when Jan and I leased this in 1999. I'll never forget it. We were grazing. There's another weed. Pretty flowers on it. We had, I believe it was 30 cow-calf pairs. Big cow. And they were probably 1,600 to 1,800 pound Charolais. Big framey cattle. And so we grazed everything on the side of the creek over there. I ran out of grass and I was trying to keep in front of them I didn't have enough money to build the whole farm at once, as far as the perimeter fence. So as I'm able to save up a little money, I got in front of them right here, and I did this road frontage on Route F. This is blacktop out here. And I remember putting them in here, and Steve and Cindy put a meter in up here of all things. They sure did. They put a meter in. And so I had water, because there was no water on this whole field. And they'd give the hay away to a fellow until all it would put back was broom sedge. And then he wouldn't bale it anymore, because his cows wouldn't eat it. So when I turned them cows in here, I'll never forget it. They walked around this field. There's 18 acres in this field. Put them in. I said, go to town, girls. They walked around this whole field. That's before I was strip grazing. You know, I'd give them a big area, then I'd move them every 2 or 3 days. I think I did have it split in two. But anyway, they came around it and they came back to me and just started bawling at me. And I'm like, oh gosh. Did all that work and they won't eat my grass. So I called the owner up and we put out some protein tubs, molasses licks, and those cows were able to come to those molasses licks and get the energy and protein they needed, and they ate that broom sedge. I mean, they ate it. They ate it off. And then that winter, we brought hay in here, and we started unrolling hay to stocker calves. I had 150 stocker calves that I wintered. So they were 400 pounders. And that was the start of it. And today it's, whew, well, there's not a single plant of broom sedge left in here. None. None. Folks, I had to stop here. Look at this. This is big. This is eastern gamma grass. Look at that. And it's got seeds on it now. Matter of fact, this one is already losing the seed. The birds are eating that seed, and then they're pooping it out across the landscape. Shoot, there's another one. Look at that. Something. I just love eastern gamma grass. It's a beautiful plant. It's got a tremendous taproot on it. Down in bottom ground, there's the actual seed right there. Put it in the middle of my hand so you can see it. I hear a sheep. I thought I heard a sheep. It's got a real hard layer coating on it. So once a bird eats that and it passes through the gizzard, you're good to go. It'll come up. So there's one plant. There's another one. My God, it's spreading in here. There's another one. No, there's another one over there. Oh my goodness. Folks, it's coming in here. So why am I excited to see eastern gamma grass? Because it is a perennial warm season grass. It cranks when it gets hot. It breaks the hard pan. There's another one. There's the seed head. That seed's already been eaten by birds. Love it. So our birds are doing a lot of the work for us. Let's look at darn grasses. This is all broom sedge and moss in 1999. 25 years. Quarter of a century. My goodness, it makes me sound like I'm a Methuselah or something. Not that. There's some alfalfa right there. Look. Alfalfa. I'm excited to see all this gamma. There's some more gamma right there. My goodness, it's just coming in all over this place. See, there's the hay from last year we never fed. Still sitting there. And that'll be unrolled this winter. That's our carbon source. Look at that. Look at that chicory right there. Whole bunch of chicory. So nature puts plants in areas to heal it. And I've heard this, that chicory is a sign of compacted soil. So right there you got some compaction, and Mother Nature put a bunch of chicory there. Got a deep taproot, and it'll bust that open. And in a few years there won't be any chicory there, it'll just be all good grass. So you call these indicator plants. I like this one. Wild carrot, the real name is Queen Anne's lace. It's a beautiful one. Sheep will just destroy it. They'll eat all the leaves off of it. They don't eat the tops. Cattle eat the whole plant if it's vegetating. Once it gets mature, they don't like it. My goodness. So Isaac and the boys challenged me on this field. We had 4 paddocks in here. 4 permanent paddocks, and Isaac kept telling me, he's like, Greg, they're just in the way. That wire is in the way. Get rid of it. Well, we still have our perimeter fence in, and it's all hot. So that's what we did. I said, if it bothers you, take it out. And they did. And when they took out those permanent wires in the middle of this big field, we can still reach it from one end to the other with a poly. 1,320 feet. A reel, a geared reel. We can still reach it. And Yeah, it's opened up all kinds of possibilities. Look at that. Big blue. First time I've seen it over here in this area. My goodness. Yeah, them cows, they're gonna get something to eat in here for sure. And we're gonna make long, narrow rectangles in here and move them every hour. It's gonna look like you took a steamroller to this field. Folks, you're not gonna believe the amount of forage that we can grow when we put all this carbon that the cows don't eat because it's not vegetative. It's gotten mature, and yeah, it's like just unrolling hay out here. There's some more big blue still. Man, between the big blue and the eastern gamma grass, I can see in a couple years this is going to be maybe 20 to 30% warm season grasses in here. Do we have weeds? Yes, we got weeds. Am I going to come in here and clip this and spray it and nuke it to get rid of the weeds? No, because I don't want to go broke. So just follow the money trail, folks. When people tell you to come in and spray this and spray that and spray this, and you know, get your spade out and start digging up problem plants and all that, it's a symptom of something you're doing wrong. Either you're overgrazing, you're coming back too soon, okay? You're not letting the plants get a head start, and you end up with a bunch of darn weeds, you know, thistles, cockleburrs. Look at that. Holy moly. That's just one great big clump of Timothy. Of course, this all went to seed, and the cattle are gonna eat a little bit of that, but they're gonna stomp it on the ground. They're gonna feed our soil microbes. There's some more big blue. Some more big blue right there. This is beautiful. I could walk this field all day long. I really could. People ask me, you know, what's your favorite part of this? I love watching cows go into green grass and slick hides, happy, jumping, bucking, fat, slick calves, no flies on them. Just absolute solar energy collectors, money makers. But I tell you what, I get a charge out of this right here. This is number 2. I'm serious. This is number 2 right here. Because I know what I started with. I started with nothing. Nothing. Nothing, honey. And today it is nothing but a carbon jungle out here. A carbon jungle. What is this one? That is not big blue stem. That is switchgrass. Sure enough. Here's another clump of it. Let's see. Okay, this is Indian grass. Huh. Got switchgrass, Indian grass. Oh, here's big blue right over here. Oh, there's some more Indian grass. Good land, look at this. I mean, it's Indian grass. Where'd that come from? Look at it. There's some more. There's some more. It's all over in here. Oh, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing, folks. This is called biological wealth. That's what this is. We fed the soil, and now it's paying us back. And guess what we're going to do again? We're going to give it a huge smorgasbord again. And folks, a lot of this has been possible because of the ample rains. We've had good rains, and the last 2 years we've been in a drought, and shoot, I haven't seen grass this tall and lush, and well, it's not lush, it's over mature now, but there's a lot of lush grass down the bottom of it. You know, them cows eat that. Do pretty good on it with hourly moves, And they're gonna just nail that warm season grass. That's all new growth. Most of it doesn't even have a seed head on it yet. Yeah. I can't wait to get over here. There's some more Indian grass. A big long windrow of it right there. Yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here. Folks, be watching our website. Those of y'all have not signed up for our newsletter. Somebody missed the last auction, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you sold those 4 South Pole cows, and we're right here next to him. We could have hauled those right over to our farm. Sorry. If you're not signed up to the newsletter, we're getting ready to post some really exciting opportunities for some sheep. I mean, some good stuff. And fairly large numbers. You know, we're talking, somebody wants to start a herd, or a flock, not a herd, a flock. You know, we're talking maybe 100, but maybe 2 groups of 100. They're good animals. Walked it yesterday and looked at them, treating them just like we do. No hoof trimming, no shots, no wormer, no grain, 100% forage raised, hot wire broke. The kind of sheep that'll make you some money. You don't want baby sheep. If you buy sheep from somebody that's giving them all this crap, grain and trimming and, you know, all this shots and all that, you're just buying somebody else's pet. All it is it's a hobby. They're a bunch of pampered sheep, and they're gonna die if you bring them home and treat them like we do. Because they're used to having all this stuff done to them. There's no money in sheep when you do that. I hear that all the time. Well, I got rid of them darn things. They're too much work. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But look at this. Holy moly. Yeah. Folks, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.